Hi, this is Ezekiel, founder of Asiaforexmentor. So in this video, I'll be revealing what I do on a weekly basis, and I'll be sharing my analysis for this week, which is 4th of April 2016. So you can refer to this video throughout the week to spot for trade setups. The analysis in this video will be my trading plan for the week. So in my weekly analysis videos, I'll be sharing pairs that have possible setup for the week or pairs that are worth taking note. Okay, so I'm just going to do a recap of the past week's analysis that we have talked about. So the first one would be the Nasdaq, right? So I've mentioned this in the previous videos, whereby I've talked about the sequence of the importance of multiple levels before breaking through, here as well before breaking through, and here's the one that we have spotted. So after testing for 3 to 4 times over my orange line, and then eventually it did broke through. So when after breaking through, it was a nice solid movement upwards, and then along the way we can also see a nice pin bar over here that make its movement upwards. So all in all, this was a good trade after the setup that we have spotted after breaking through. So for now, this is the Nasdaq, and overall it is still in the uptrend, and I've drawn a little trend line over here. For this at the moment, it is now in a way close above the line. So if I move on to the next pair, which is pretty much similar, which is the Dow Jones. So the Dow Jones, again, after breaking through what we have over here was the lows, eventually it consolidated a while and then it broke through. So after breaking through this important area, it headed up. So here was the more obvious trend line that I've drawn based on highs, and here and here. So all this while price has been respecting the lines that the trend line that I've drawn, as we can see clearly over here. So right but at this point in time, so what happens was, let me put to the latest chart. So price went up to the old trend line and tested, and they got rejected. So then after which it went back to test again, and then it shot through. So this is an indication that the overall Dow Jones is now has broken above the trend line that was holding back. This was the trend line back right at its peak in June, right? April to June 2015. So right now price has broken its broken the trend line that has started from the highest point, and now seems to be heading up. So so this is as the overall for the trend market, as we can see. Although we can't really there's really no proper reason for the stock market to go up, but all in all, there's still a lot of bullish movement on its way upwards. And what we can note is, as it goes up, the next area, the next stop, it will be here, and the final stop will be at the top over here. So all in all, I'm still looking for opportunity to go in when the market starts going down. But as for now, which I have mentioned a couple of weeks back, there is just not enough justifiable reasons for the market to do the massive crash, which is what we have spotted over here when it broke its way downwards. So here was the ultimate lows, which I've marked by my red line at the bottom here. So once there is substantial enough news, or there's strong enough technical analysis, then I'll be talking about this, and then looking for opportunity for us to go short on the overall stock market itself. Okay, next. This is the AUD/USD. So AUD/USD was also something that we have spotted on the daily time frame. I mentioned that price has been respecting the orange line, which is my orange 150 moving average a lot. And then here was the point whereby I mentioned to spot for the breakout. So price has been respecting this level for a long time, since 2014, and it has now broken through. So here was the area where we have spotted, and if you look from the area where you spotted, price is now headed right up to close to 487 pips, which is really a good trade that we have entered if you were watching the analysis back then. So right now the price is now going back up to so after breaking through the 150, it is now back up to the next level of rejection, which is my white line. That is the 365. So if we look at the overall, price price here was the overall back in 2013. Here was the after 2013, price has been below the white line ever since, and multiple times it's tested, but it couldn't really break through, and then it came back down. So if we look at the 365 as understanding of its history, price always broke through the first bar, second bar came back, broke through the first bar, second bar came back. So right now, if we go back out again, price is now, this is back in 2014. So now at 2016, price is back again, testing the 365. So again, if we zoom in and see, price is now broken through with one bar, but it still couldn't break through on the next bar, and then it came back down. So I will mark this high as the ultimate crucial area. If price does go and break through the highest point, which is marked by a red line, then the AUD/USD would have started its uptrend after its downtrend since 2013. So it has been 3 years since the AUD/USD started its downtrend. So here will be the area where I'll be watching pretty much closely. If it does breaks through, and then I'll be looking to go long on AUD/USD. Okay, next pair. So again, this is the other pair that we have talked about last week itself. I mentioned that price for copper has been respecting the highs over here, which is about my red line, and the lows, which is drawn, which is my 150, and we can see it respecting really well. So after last week itself, we mentioned that we're watching for these two areas. If it does break through, we'll be looking to enter, and then the next area would be the Bollinger Band. So it went really nice last week itself. Here was the entering point, and then we would have got out at the Bollinger itself. So we can expect price to reject here a while, and then probably here will be the and probably it may we can expect a little rejection, and then we'll watch what happens after that. If it does break through the Bollinger Band, then what we can note is the next stop it will rest. If we break through Bollinger Band, for example, here is the previous highs. So it's gonna stop here. So here would be a pretty strong rejection area, right? So if it does break through this zone as a whole, next stop would be my trend line over here, which we can see based on the highs here. Okay, so this is for copper, right? Next, gold, right? XAUUSD for gold. So if I move away these two lines, what we can note that gold is now in between my white line and my blue Bollinger Band. So we can see price shot through but couldn't close above. So and here was also the area whereby price tested below but couldn't close below. So we can note is that price for gold is in between these two crucial lines, and I'll be watching these two areas very closely. Once there's an official break below, I'll be looking for entry on that direction. As for now, it does looks like it's trying to head down, but either way, this is the two main crucial area which I'll be watching. Once there's a clear breakthrough either to the bottom or to the top, we'll be looking for entries. Okay, next, CADJPY. So CADJPY again is the pair that we have talked about last week itself. So I mentioned that here is a crucial area of rejection, and then a price went up and it formed a pin bar right off the crucial area of rejection. So here was the lows, the highs, and then it formed a pin bar that is bouncing off the 150 and the Bollinger. So it formed a pin bar, and that's the reason why it shot down after which. So all in all, it is now it is something that we have expected, because here was a strong area of rejection. But if price do after breaking down and then comes back up again and to this area and eventually does close above, then this will be a next area that I'll be looking to go long. Next stop would be the 365, will be my white line. So this is a strong area that I'll be watching closely as well. Okay, next, NZD/USD. Again, NZD/USD is pretty much correlated to AUD/USD, which is the Aussie/USD. So if we look as a whole on the weekly time frame, price broke through and then test its way. Here was the multiple highs, and then eventually broke through. So we can note that here is a pretty strong rejection area, and price has now broken through. So if you go to the daily time frame, price broke through, and it's now coming back down, and it kind of formed a pin bar on last Friday itself. So all in all, it is, as for now, although price is now trying to break down, but we will not know until the bar closes. As for now, price is still respecting the highest point of the rejection that we have over here, which is of no surprise. So if it does shows and price starts moving upwards, and if it does closes above the high over here, then I'll be looking to go long on the NZD USD. So again, this is correlated to the AUD USD. Okay, last pair, which is the dollar index, right? The DXA dollar index. So the dollar index, if I want to put it as a whole, let me just zoom out all the way. The dollar index is a very nice trade that I'm actually watching. Since 2013, price has been testing the 365 and is being held below really well. And it broke through from 2014 onwards, and it began its massive uptrend after which. So after breaking through at 2014, price is now back to the white line once again at 2016. And if we zoom in, okay, let me just move this arrow. So it is still pretty much held by the white line, although it's kind of close below last week. And the next area is kind of being held back is the Bollinger below. So if I go over to the lower time frame, what we can note is it formed a pin bar probably last Friday or so. If price goes down and breaks through and closes below with an official close below the lows over here, then I'll be looking to go short for the dollar index, whereby there could be a massive room for it to head downwards. But next stop that we will go down next will be the lows that we have over here. Okay, and then after that, there's still pretty much room for it to head down, because the uptrend started in 2014. So there's still much room for it to head down after which. So that's all for this week. I'll see you all next week.